Welcome to Pete Antonellis Wednesdays with Workers, hosted by the American Labor Museum here in Haledon, New Jersey. Today, we are speaking with Kelly Raeuber from the International Union of Operating Engineers, Local 825. Welcome, Kelly.
Thank you very much.
So tell us, what exactly does an operating engineer do?
Operating engineers operate heavy equipment, but it's actually more than that. We have surveyors that are engineers. We have operating engineers who are in the stationary, they're stationary engineers, so they work with heating and air conditioning. We have engineers that do road work, so they do milling and paving on all the roads. We have crane operators. We have the dirt operators, which I run the dirt equipment. And so I operate excavators, bulldozers, forklifts, skid steers, loaders, backhoes, dirt rollers. You know, I've been in for 15 years.
Wow, that sounds like it's pretty impressive, and I applaud you for doing that. So, in order to operate all these heavy machines, what type of educational background did you have to have?
To get into being an operator, all you need is a high school diploma. And then we have an apprenticeship program. It's a 4-year program. So as soon as you graduate high school, you can come fill out an application. If your application is accepted, then you go and take a written test. You're scored on that test. If you get in the higher percentile, then you're moved on to an interview so that you're scored on the interview. So they take that score and the written test score, add those together, and the applicants in the highest percentile move on to the apprenticeship program.
And how long is the apprenticeship program?
4-year program.
And do you get paid during those years?
You get $20 a day for going to the training center, and then you are sent out to work as you go through the apprenticeship program. So you're not financially strapped. You do work as you go through the program.
So when you entered into this program, was it directly from high school?
No, actually, I went right from high school into college, and I studied and got my bachelor's degree in psychology. So being an operating engineer was not in my plans at all. It just kind of fell into my lap, and it's the best decision that I ever made. I absolutely love my career now.
That's wonderful. But I'm going to make an assumption, it may be a safe assumption, that you are in a male-dominated occupation. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
And as a result of that, do you deal with any harassment or discrimination as a woman, and especially an attractive woman?
Yeah, thank you. In my 15 years as being an operating engineer, I only faced it once. I had some discrimination. It was on a job, and it was a Southern gentleman, good old boys club. And it was really rough to get through that job, because as soon as I walked on the job, it was like, nope, don't want a woman there. He did everything in his power to try and get rid of me. He tried to keep me from being on the equipment. He wanted to make an example out of me. We have to wear steel toe boots, work boots. And he went to the health and safety director and said, go to Kelly. If she doesn't have steel toe boots on, you make an example out of her throughout the entire job site, send her home with no pay. And of course I had steel toe boots on. So, I wear my PPE that I'm supposed to.
Good for you.
He also did say, you have to work together with other trades. So I have laborers working with me. I have other operators I got to work with. And so you're communicating with each other all the time. So he was constantly on the radar saying, telling me to stop flirting with this one, stop flirting with that one. And it was difficult to get through that. But
yeah, I'm sure it was. But I'm sure your union was there, right? It had your back, and you were able to get through it.
Absolutely. My logo, I am blessed with my logo, my union, because they back women 100%. There's room for growth in the local and in the union, as leads on jobs, business agents on the executive board. So yeah, they're all for women in the trades and women as operating engineers.
That's great. Do you have a lot of women in that in your union?
We have about 7,600 members, and out of those members, 180 are female operators.
So you have plenty, as you say, you have plenty of opportunities for women. That's great. Now, you mentioned that you are working with dirt. Now, tell me more about that. What is, explain. I don't really understand.
I do, I do demolition. I do beach replenishment, which that is the best job, working on the beach. I do a lot of site work, and the site work, a lot of people think you just go in and you're just tearing up everything. But I mean, we're prepping an area for them to either build schools, build high rises, add on to highways. But we work in conjunction with EPA, DEP, with the Army Corps. So we don't disturb natural habitats of like protected species of plants, animals. So we work with other organizations. So we're not just going in and tearing everything up.
That's great. You're environmentally friendly. That's
absolutely
good. Yeah, that's really, really so good to hear. So so you have become a union member. You've obviously worked in another occupation prior to this. So do you think that the union has been beneficial to you? And if so, in what ways?
Any other career than I am in now. I have so much more. I have financial freedom. I have independence. I have annuity. I have a pension. I don't have to fight for my wages. I get paid the same amount. The jobs have to be safe. I have peace of mind. I can go to work, and then I know I'm coming home safe.
That's great. And you have no wage discrepancy between men and women?
No, I get the same rate as my male counterpart. So that's wonderful.
It certainly is wonderful. It certainly is, because I believe it's 76 cents to $1, generally speaking, that women make in comparison to a man. So it's great to hear that you're right on par with your male counterparts. So are there any extracurricular activities with your union that you can participate in other than simply going to work every day?
Yes, we have, you can get involved with political action, which you can do campaign time, you can do bannering, phone banks, you can do labor walks, handing out information. I get involved in that. I'm also involved in several committees. I'm on the women's committee. We have a program, it's called the Member Assistance Program, which is available to our members and their families. It's for substance abuse problems, mental health issues. If they're having trouble dealing with death in the family, they can come to us. I'm a peer counselor, and we'll get them help and help them get benefits if they have to take off of work. I'm in a program, it's the Member Education, Training, and Labor Studies program. It's for apprentices. I'm a mentor in that. I had mentored 5 apprentices. So as they're going through the program, we're there for them just to guide and direct them, make sure they have all their certifications, make sure they're doing what they're supposed to. If they have issues on the job, then we can help them, get through that. I'm also do the apprentice interview committee, which as applicants are coming in, I stated earlier that you do the written test and then you go for the interview. Well, I'm one of the interviewers. And I also recently got involved. It's called Lean In Circles, and it's with all trades women. So we're a support group for all women in trades throughout the United States. So I have iron workers in my group. I have one other operating engineer. We have welders. We have carpenters. They're all over. I have them from West Coast and Canada. Actually, I do have a couple from Canada that came in, and so I try and stay involved.
I see that, and the operating engineers are really lucky to have you. I can see that you're dedication to your membership, and I'm sure that you're having a good time at the same time.
Oh, absolutely.
That's way to go. Way to go. That's great. Now, when we have interviewed other workers, we have discovered that the global marketplace has had a detrimental effect upon their industry due to lower income workers and whatnot. Has that affected the operating engineers in any way? And if so, how?
No, actually, we've been blessed that way. We are continuously busy, especially right now. We're really busy. A lot of it is with infrastructure, with updating roadways, bridges, with water mains and sewer lines, and trying to update all that so residents in towns can have clean water. The road work, you want to commute safely to and from work. So we're involved in that, and with it's always continual building with high rises and things like that. So yeah, we're busy. We haven't had an issue.
That's wonderful. I'm so happy to hear that, and I wish you continued success in your field of work. And you just emit a positive attitude about what you're doing, and it's obvious that you enjoy the benefits of your labor, and we thank you for that. And once again, Kelly, we thank you so much for all that you do to keep our roads safe and to keep the environment safe at the same time, most importantly. And we thank you for your positivity and your inspiration to others, because at this time there may be so many people, young and maybe even already in a career, who are unsure of what they want to do. And you are showing that the sky's the limit. And we thank you for that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, there isn't, and the construction industry is the perfect career for any woman, because you have freedom, you have stability, and you have the support of your union and your local. So it's a perfect career for any woman.
Thank you again.